I got a Patreon request from Sonia to review the Netflix musical Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey. Released last year, the movie centers on a toy maker whose creations are stolen by his apprentice, and years later he's visited by his granddaughter who tries to help him. The director, David E. Talbert, originally conceived it as a stage musical, but he could not find anyone to fund the show. He then decided to turn it into a movie instead, which he actually made with his son in mind. Netflix ultimately picked the film up as one of their annual Christmas releases. Jingle Jangle certainly has a lot of creativity to it, with the film's strengths mainly coming from the musical numbers. I did have some issues with the story and pacing, but I want to mention the positives first. I really like the songs, which have a very unique musical style that allows them to differentiate from other modern musicals. The choreography also impressed me, with great use of the dancers and the way they moved around the sets. Anytime we launch into a song, the film's energy really picks up. My favorite song was actually the Villain's number, but all the tunes are catchy and well written. Speaking of, I found one of the highlights of the movie was the villain, the former apprentice who is played by Keegan-Michael Key. He plays the role with so much delight, and he's able to show what a desperate character he is. He brings the right level of over-the-top befitting this character, and he's even given a top hat to hold with menace and a mustache to twirl. I did find his defeat to be a tad convenient, but Key is so fun whenever he's on screen. The other actor in the cast who impressed me was Madeline Mills, as the lead character Journey. This is actually her film debut, although she does have an extensive theater background, including appearing in the School of Rock musical on Broadway. Mills made Journey into a likable protagonist, bringing the required spark to the character and successfully selling her musical performances. Anika Noni Rose, best known for Dreamgirls and for voicing Tiana in The Princess and the Frog, also appears as her mother, but she's not in the film that much. The costumes and production design also deserve praise and give the film the appropriate fantastical and Yuletide vibe. Like I said, I did think the story could have been handled a little better in some areas. My main problem actually arose with the toy maker, played by Forest Whitaker through most of the movie. He's meant to be a grumpy character, with Journey trying to have him regain his spirit. His reasons for being so down are understandable, considering everything that happens to him prior to his granddaughter visiting. However, I felt Whitaker went overboard in playing his pessimistic state, and I did not enjoy spending time with him. I almost wondered if his performance was inspired by Peter Fonda's similar role as a depressed train conductor in the Thomas the Tank Engine movie. That's not something I thought I would reference before sitting down to watch Jingle Jangle. I also thought the opening scenes seemed to really rush from plot point to plot point without truly giving us the time to get to know the characters. For example, the apprentice seems to go from a loyal friend to betraying the toy maker in an instant, and all after a single conversation with a sentient toy matador. Considering how evil the apprentice becomes, and how much the matador starts getting on his nerves, I'm actually surprised he did not squash him with a heavy book at some point. Aside from Keegan-Michael Key's antics, a lot of the humor did not quite land for me. There's a postal delivery woman who has a thing for Forest Whitaker, and I found her shtick really tiring. Despite its flaws, I did find Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey to be an okay holiday escapade. A large reason is due to the musical numbers. You can tell how passionate David E. Talbert is about the world he created here, and how excited everyone is to be a part of this project. The production team also pulled out all the stops to bring this magical world to life. The movie reportedly performed really well on Netflix, so I won't be surprised if it gets a sequel, or even gets transferred to stage, like Talbert originally intended. Anyway, if you have seen Jingle Jangle Christmas Journey, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for the request, Sonia.